My partner suggested an open relationship, so I watched her slip away and found. Hey Reddit, I never imagined I'd share something so personal, but I need to get this off my chest and maybe seek some advice. I'm 28, male, and thought my relationship with Lily, 27, female, was rock solid until recently. After 3 years together and 2 years sharing a home, everything seemed perfect. I was even secretly browsing engagement rings during my breaks at work. Our story was pretty typical. Mutual friends brought us together at a game night. Her laugh at my cheesy humor and her fierce Scrabble skills drew me in, and we just clicked. A year into dating, moving in together felt natural since we were always at each other's places. Our routines were cozy: weekend brunches, evening strolls, binge-watching her guilty pleasure TV shows while I messed around on my phone. Just regular couple things. Lily works in advertising and I manage construction projects. Our families mesh well, our careers are thriving, and our friends are great. My mom loves her. Her dad often invites me to watch sports with him. We were the kind of couple that made others believe in love. Sounds cliché, I know. Everything was fine until one Tuesday evening. We were eating dinner, and Lily was chatting about a work campaign while I munched on my burger. Out of nowhere, she said, "Hey, what do you think about trying an open relationship?" I stopped, my fork hovering mid-air. I thought I'd misheard, but she continued. She'd been reading about it online, said lots of couples were doing it, and it could help us grow closer. My first thought was, is there someone else you want to see? Because that's usually why this comes up, right? Lily got defensive. No, it's not about anyone specific. I just think it could help us explore who we are. We're still young, and I don't want us to look back in a decade regretting what we didn't do. I sat there trying to process it. This was the same girl who'd get jealous if a cashier was too friendly with me. Now she's suggesting we date other people like it's as casual as trying a new cafe. I asked, "Are you unhappy?" Maybe I'd missed something, some sign. "Not at all," she said, grabbing my hand across the table. "I love you. I love what we have. This isn't about being unsatisfied. It's about making us even stronger. Imagine having new adventures but still coming home to each other. People say it deepens their bond." She was so animated, practically radiant, talking about rules, boundaries, and honesty. But I was stuck thinking, where is this coming from? Still, I said, "Okay." I know that sounds spineless. I didn't agree because I wanted to or believed in it. But the way she looked at me, so eager for my approval, made it clear she'd already made up her mind. Saying no felt like shutting a door she was determined to open. "Are you sure you're okay with this?" she asked, eyes wide, like she was giving me a choice. "We don't have to if you're not ready." But I knew deep down, this wasn't a negotiation. Something was shifting, whether I liked it or not. To figure out what was happening, I had to go along. "It's fine," I nodded. "If you think it'll be good for us, let's try it." I stepped into something I didn't believe in, already feeling her slipping away. She was ecstatic, rattling off ideas about creating dating profiles together and sharing plans for dates, like she'd been thinking about this for a while. I sat there wondering, how long has she been planning this? The rest of the night felt surreal. We watched TV as usual, but my mind was racing. Lily curled up next to me, acting like nothing had changed, while I wanted to scream that I wasn't okay. I just didn't know how to say it. Every time I saw her smiling at her phone, I felt like I'd made a terrible mistake. That night I couldn't sleep. Lily rested peacefully beside me while I stared at the ceiling, wondering what I'd agreed to. Part of me wanted to shake her awake and say I didn't want to share her. But another part was scared she'd go through with it anyway or leave me if I refused. Lying there, I replayed our recent talks, searching for clues. Was she bored? Was I not enough? Was there someone else? The questions piled up with no answers. Little did I know, this was just the beginning of the mess. The next evening, Lily asked me to help pick photos for her dating apps, like it was a fun couples activity. She even had me snap new pictures of her. Yeah, I took photos of my girlfriend to make her look attractive for other guys. I made my own profile to show I was trying, but my heart wasn't in it. Writing a bio felt forced and fake. What was I supposed to say? Looking for casual fun while in a relationship? It made me feel sick. I told her I'm not outgoing and don't have the time or energy to meet new people. Maybe she thought she could date freely while I stayed home as her safety net. Lily got matches quickly. She's charming and gorgeous, so it wasn't surprising. What shocked me was how fast she started going out with these guys. Within a week, she had 3 dates lined up. 3. She showed me their profiles like we were gossiping about coworkers. "Check this out," she'd say, shoving her phone in my face. "This guy's a chef at that trendy spot downtown. We're grabbing drinks tomorrow." I'd nod, acting like this was normal, but my stomach churned. The first time she got ready for a date, I felt ill. She wore a new outfit I'd never seen, a sleek dress she must have bought just for this. She spent ages on her makeup, twirling in front of me as she left the room. "How do I look?" she asked, beaming. "You look amazing," I said, knowing that dress probably cost more than our usual date nights. She came home late, giggling. I pretended to be asleep, but I heard her texting for ages. The next morning, she was humming while making tea, acting like everything was perfect. I noticed her routine. Monday was drinks with the chef. Wednesday was dinner with an architect. Friday was coffee with a musician. The variety was almost impressive. She always came home glowing, like she was living her best life. I started checking the locations she tagged on social media. Not my finest moment, but I needed to know what was happening. One night, I drove by the bar where she said she'd be. There she was, laughing with a guy in a sharp jacket, her hand on his arm, looking at him the way she used to look at me. That image stuck with me. The worst part wasn't just seeing her with other guys, it was how she changed at home. She barely spent time with me. No more cozy nights on the couch, she was always texting. Our weekend brunch tradition? She ditched it for coffee with friends. I tried talking to her once. "Don't you think you're going out a lot?" I asked, keeping it light. She looked at me like I was clueless. "That's the point of an open relationship, isn't it? To meet people and have fun? You should try it too. I can tweak your profile if you need help." But I didn't want help with my profile. I wanted my girlfriend back, the one who loved lazy pizza nights, not this new version who was always glammed up and gone. One night, as she prepped for yet another date, I'd lost count. I couldn't take it anymore. I went for a walk to clear my head and ended up at a quiet park bench. I sat there for hours, wondering how everything had unraveled so fast. Lily's texts lit up my phone. "Hope you're good. Don't wait up having a blast." Each message felt like a jab. The next day, she tried to tell me about her date, how charming the guy was, how he took her to this cool new spot. I got up and left the room. She followed, confused. "I thought you were okay with this," she said, sounding shocked. "Yeah, maybe I'm not," I replied. "But you could be seeing people too. You're just choosing to mope at home?" That's when I realized she didn't get it. She didn't understand that I didn't want other dates. I wanted her, the old her. I wanted our simple, happy life. It had been 3 weeks since she pushed for this open relationship. 3 weeks of watching her primp for other guys, lying awake wondering where she was, who she was with. 3 weeks of my mind spiraling. I kept hoping she'd see how absurd this was, how much she was throwing away, but she didn't. She wasn't sorry. She was proud, strutting around like she'd unlocked some elite level of relationships we were too naive to understand. The worst part? I couldn't figure out why. She seemed to still care about me. Why tear everything apart? Why act like we weren't enough? Then it hit me. This wasn't fixable. There was no going back. And for the first time, I wasn't sure I wanted to. The idea of her living so freely while I was miserable sparked something in me. I wanted her to see what she'd lost. I didn't have a plan yet, but I knew I wasn't going to sit around hurting while she had fun. I needed to talk to someone who'd see how messed up this was. That's when Claire started coming around more. Claire, Lily's best friend since their college days, was always part of our lives. She'd join us for game nights, help rearrange our furniture, bring over tea when one of us was under the weather. She's one of those people who makes everyone feel valued, which makes her perfect as an elementary school teacher. I always saw her as Lily's friend. Sure, she's attractive, curly dark hair, bright eyes, always smiling. But I kept her firmly in the friend category. Plus, she'd been with her boyfriend Tom for years, though they broke up a while back. Claire first dropped by after Lily started her open relationship phase, saying she needed to borrow a baking dish for a party. Lily was out with some new guy, and Claire noticed I looked off. "You look rough," she said bluntly. "What's going on?" I didn't plan to spill everything, but it all came out. How Lily dropped the open relationship idea, how she was seeing guys almost every night, how I felt like I was losing my mind watching it. Claire listened, really listened, not just waiting for her turn to talk. When I finished, she shook her head. "That's not an open relationship," she said. "That's Lily doing whatever she wants without caring how it hurts you." Hearing it from someone else made me feel less crazy. After that, Claire started coming over more, usually when Lily was out. We'd watch movies, order food, just hang out. It was nice to have someone to talk to, someone who knew both of us and saw how messed up this was. One night, about a month into Lily's dating spree, Claire looked nervous. She was twisting her bracelet, a habit when she's anxious. "I need to tell you something," she said quietly, sitting across from me on the couch. "It might make things weird, but I can't keep it in anymore." My stomach did a strange flip, like I sensed what was coming. "I've had feelings for you for a long time," she said, her hands clasped tightly. "Even before you and Lily got together, but you were with her, and she's my best friend, so I never said anything. I dated Tom hoping it would help me move on, but it didn't." I sat there, stunned. Claire. Sweet, funny, caring Claire had feelings for me. How had I missed it? She'd helped me pick out gifts for Lily, brought me soup when I was sick, always checked in. Had I been oblivious this whole time? "You don't have to say anything," she added quickly. "I just needed you to know. Seeing Lily treat you like this, watching how much it's hurting you, it's been killing me. You deserve better." I looked at her, really looked at her. Her eyes sparkled in her cozy sweater, her hair tied up messily in a way that made her even more beautiful. I realized I'd been blind. Meanwhile, Lily was out there, assuming I'd wait around like a loyal fool while she dated half the city. She thought I'd always be her fallback. That was her mistake. Something shifted in me. I took a deep breath, my voice steady. "Claire," I said, and she leaned closer. "I know this is messy. I know I'm probably making it worse by telling you this, but seeing you so miserable these past weeks, I couldn't stay quiet." She leaned in and kissed me. I should have stopped it. I should have thought about Lily, our friendship, the chaos this would cause. But I kissed her back. It wasn't just a kiss. We slept together, and it felt different. Claire saw me. She cared. She noticed when I was quiet, asked what I was thinking, genuinely wanted to know. Afterward, lying in the dark, I processed it. This had gone too far. I'd slept with my girlfriend's best friend. It should have felt wrong, like I'd betrayed something. But all I felt was relief. This wasn't a fling or a reckless act. Claire turned to me, propping herself up. "What now?" she asked, her voice quiet but firm. I sighed, staring at the ceiling. I should have felt guilt, confusion, something. But I felt free. For the first time since Lily's open relationship mess started, I could breathe. "I don't know," I said. Claire paused, then asked, "Do you regret it? Crazy thing?" I didn't. Not even a little. For the first time, things were clear. This wasn't my fault. I hadn't broken us. Maybe I deserved someone who wanted me. Just me. Sophie's going to flip when she finds out, I said. Probably, Claire replied. But isn't it funny how she thinks it's fine for her to date other people, but you doing the same would drive her crazy? She was right. And I thought, maybe Lily should feel the consequences of her own game. I didn't tell her about Claire right away. I wanted to drop hints, see how she reacted. Maybe that was cruel, but after weeks of watching her parade around with guys, I felt she deserved a taste of it. The next morning, when Lily came back from staying at Mia's, I dropped the first hint. She was pouring tea, chatting about her night out. "Oh, Claire dropped by last night," I said casually. "We had a really good talk." Lily's grip on the teapot tightened. "Claire was here?" she asked. "Yeah, we hung out. She's so easy to talk to, you know?" I said, shrugging. Lily set the teapot down hard, splashing tea. "What did you talk about?" "Just life stuff," I shrugged. "Relationships, feelings, that kind of thing. It was nice." Her face was a mix of shock and suspicion. For the next hour, she was glued to her phone, probably texting someone to dig for details, while pretending to watch a show with me. She kept sneaking glances at me, trying to figure out what had happened. Over the next few days, I mentioned Claire more. How funny she was. How understanding she was. How we were texting. Lily's reactions got more intense. Tight smiles like she was holding back but couldn't help herself. One morning, when I laughed at a text from Claire, Lily practically lunged across the room. "Who's that?" she asked, her voice failing at sounding casual. "Just Claire," I said. "She's really into this new movie I suggested." Lily forced a smile that looked painful. "You two have been talking a lot." "Yeah," I said. "She really gets me, you know." Lily started snooping on my phone when I left it out. She thought she was slick, but I caught her scrolling through my messages when I came back from the kitchen. The best part? I'd cleared out anything incriminating about Claire. I left just enough vague, friendly texts to drive her wild with suspicion. Lily began showing up at places I mentioned. I'd say I was getting coffee at a spot near work, and she'd happen to swing by. Or I'd say I was at a bar with buddies, and she'd show up an hour later, claiming she was in the area. The funniest part? She started canceling her own dates. Suddenly, she was home more, suggesting we cook or hang out. It was like watching someone reclaim their space without admitting it. After a few days of this, she finally confronted me. "Are you seeing someone else?" she asked. I said, "Isn't that the whole point of an open relationship? To see other people?" "Yeah," she said, "but who is it?" "Is it Claire? Are you hooking up with Claire?" I just said, "I thought we weren't supposed to share details about our other partners." "Isn't that what you said when I asked about your dates?" Lily stumbled. She started checking my social media obsessively. Likes, comments, follows. She scoured Claire's posts and stories. Claire's selfie at a coffee shop I frequent was the final straw. Lily called me right away. "Are you with Claire right now?" "Lily, I'm at work." "But you always get coffee there in the mornings. Did you meet her?" I let her stew, then said, "That place has tons of customers every day. People can go to the same spot without it meaning anything." She wasn't convinced. She started asking where I was going, who I was seeing, what I was doing. After weeks of coming home late from dates and never telling me anything, she now wanted to track my every move. When I told her, Claire laughed about Lily's antics. We'd meet at Claire's place to avoid her. My doubts about hooking up with her faded, and I felt justified. "She really can't handle not being in control, can she?" Claire said one night on her couch. "Nope," I said. "And the best part? She can't even complain without admitting she never really wanted an open relationship. She just wanted a free pass to cheat." "Actually," I said, "I can." And I did. Lily froze, like she couldn't believe I'd said it. "What did you say?" "I slept with Claire," I repeated. More than once. And you know what? It was incredible. She actually cares about me, which is more than I can say for you these days. Her face went from shock to fury. You're lying. Claire would never do that to me. Really? Because she did. Want details? She's had feelings for me for years. Even when she was with Tom, she was into me. You're lying to hurt me, Lily said, but I saw doubt creeping in. I'm not. She grabbed her phone, probably to message Claire. Don't believe me? Check your texts with her. Notice she's been distant, short replies. That's why. Lily scrolled frantically, maybe seeing Claire's ignored messages in a new light. This can't be real, she muttered. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Oh? How was it supposed to go? You have fun with other guys while I sit here waiting, assuming I'd never find someone else. Not Claire? Not her, she yelled. You knew it would hurt me. That's when I lost it. Hurt you? Have you ever thought about how much you've hurt me? Watching you get ready for other guys, coming home late, barely noticing me? That was different, she argued. Those guys didn't mean anything. And that makes it okay? You had meaningless flings while I found something real with someone? I'd been hinting to make her feel the pain she'd caused, but now it was out. She stopped, staring. Something real? Yeah, I said. Real feelings. Claire and I connect. We talk, we laugh, we care. When's the last time we had a real conversation that wasn't about your dates? Lily collapsed onto the couch, defeated. What are you saying? You want to be with Claire? This open relationship mess showed me what I really want. Someone who doesn't treat me like an option. Then she cried. Big, dramatic sobs. A month ago, it would have broken me. But now I just saw how she hadn't shed a tear for my pain. We can fix this, she sobbed. We can go back. I shook my head. We can't. I know now what it's like to be valued. I won't settle. Then Lily did something unexpected. She grabbed her keys and stormed out. I'm going to Claire's to settle this. The door slammed, and I texted Claire to warn her. Let her come, Claire replied. She's been my friend for a decade. I owe her this. I offered to come over, but Claire said, No, I need to handle this. I spent the next hour pacing our apartment, checking my phone constantly. It felt oppressive, like a storm was brewing. Claire finally called, her voice shaky. She showed up screaming, she said. My neighbors definitely heard everything. She kept yelling about how I betrayed her, how I was a terrible friend, how I planned this. What did you say? I asked. The truth, Claire said, that I've had feelings for you for years but never acted because she was my friend. Watching her treat you like garbage these weeks made me see she didn't deserve us. We didn't plan this, but I don't regret it. Lily didn't take it well. She tried to barge into my place, saying she needed to see if you were there. She thought I was hiding you. She's lost it, Claire said. She brought up every time we hung out, like it was proof we'd been sneaking around forever, even when I brought you tea when you were sick. Like that was a cover for hooking up. She cried, collapsed against my door, saying she never wanted this. My neighbor threatened to call the cops because of the noise. Lily left after that, telling Claire she'd ruined everything and would never forgive her. She came back to our place 20 minutes after my call with Claire, looking wrecked. When she saw me texting Claire, she snapped. Are you messaging her now? Planning your next meetup? How long have you two been laughing at me? Lily, no one's laughing, I said. You did this to yourself. I did nothing, she screamed, throwing her bag across the room. I suggested an open relationship to make us stronger, not so you could sleep with my best friend. No, I said. You wanted a pass to do whatever you wanted while I stayed your backup. She started grabbing our shared photos and mementos, shoving them into a box. I'm staying with Mia, my real friend, someone who won't stab me in the back. Fine, I said. Take what you want. That stopped her. That's it? You're not even going to fight for me. Why would I? You've shown me you care more about your freedom than us. She sat on the couch, shrinking. I thought you'd always be there, that no matter what I did, you'd wait for me when I was ready to settle down. There it was her real plan. I'd be her safety net while she explored, guaranteed a happy ending. You were wrong, I said. I'm not some toy you can leave on the shelf while you're out playing. I have feelings. I deserve better. But I love you, she said. No, you love having me around when it suits you. That's not the same. Her crying started again, but I felt nothing. No urge to comfort her. No guilt. Just emptiness. I'll get my stuff tomorrow, she said, grabbing her box. I can't be here. After she left, I called Claire. Her voice grounded me. We talked for hours about Lily, about us, about what's next. Some of their shared friends were already picking sides, calling Claire a traitor without the full story. I don't care, Claire said. They can think what they want. I know the truth. In my half-empty apartment with Lily's things gone, I felt relief, like I could finally breathe. Claire, I said, come over. Stay with me. Okay, she said, and I stopped worrying about what others thought. The next morning, Lily came for her stuff. She brought Mia and 2 others I didn't know. She'd clearly told them her version because they glared at me while helping her pack. I got you that console for your birthday, she said, yanking it out. Fine, keep it, I said. I didn't care anymore. Claire showed up mid-pack, sensing I needed her when I mentioned texting about coffee. Lily's friends whispered when Claire walked in, but she ignored them and handed me my coffee. Really? Lily snapped. You're doing this in front of me? No one's doing anything, Claire said. I'm just here for my boyfriend. We'd never used that word before. Lily looked like she'd been hit. Packing sped up after that. Her friends hustled, grabbing stuff, probably to avoid another scene. When they were done, Lily stood in the doorway. I really loved you, she whispered. No, I said. You loved me being there when you needed me. That's not the same. Claire helped clean up after they left. You okay? She asked, watching me sort donations. Yeah, I said. For the first time in months, I am. 2 weeks later, things are different. Better. Claire and I are taking it slow, doing things right. Last weekend, we grabbed coffee at Lily's favorite spot and saw some mutual friends. They ignored us. Claire just smiled and held my hand. Lily's still telling everyone I cheated, that Claire betrayed her, that we'd been plotting this forever. Some buy her story. The ones who matter don't. Yesterday, Claire brought over drawings from her students to decorate my fridge. It's too empty, she said. Those colorful scribbles made me realize something. This is what I want. Someone who notices the little things, who cares enough to make my space feel alive, who brings coffee just because I didn't reply to a text. While we graded her classwork and watched her favorite crime show, it hit me. Simple, normal, real. Looking back, Lily's open relationship idea was almost a gift. Not because it worked, but because it showed me who I really want. Someone who chooses me first, not just when it's convenient. Life's funny that way. The worst decisions can lead you to the best places. For me, it led to the right person. She was there all along. Edit. Thanks, Reddit, for the support. Claire's reading this as I type, laughing at how I described her. She's always smiling. Oh, and she says hi.